Good evening. My name is Sergeant Ruano. Tonight we're gonna take you inside Los Angeles Supermax Facility, also referred to as LASM Facility, which is an all-male institution. The maximum security level is the highest and most stringent. Only the most violent offenders are incarcerated in here. There are subunits such as solitary confinement, protective custody, and special housing units. Usually inmates in here are confined to their cells for up to 23 hours a day and are under strict monitoring. Tonight, we will be discussing some of the inmates' programs available, how this facility is managed, theories of what brings individuals into this type of institutions, and what is expected of the inmates as well as the officers within a facility like this one. So why don't you come with me and see this facility?
Our camera crews have been invited to come film in the LASM facility. Inmates who are housed here are usually violent and serving life terms. What type of programs do you offer in the facility?
So here at the Los Angeles Supermax facility, we offer a variety of programs for our inmates. Because of their level of security, these inmates aren't allowed off the facility due to safety precautions. The programs that we do offer for these inmates is like getting a higher education, so if they want to go to school, if they don't have their GED, they could go back, get their education, try and better themselves, gain some knowledge in here, so they're not just doing nothing. We also place them in rehabilitation programs such as counseling and support groups that are held within the prison so that they may understand what the exact crime they committed, why it was wrong, try and help them understand why they hurt the victim, their families, and why it had a negative impact on the community because of what they did, because most of them are in here for pretty serious offenses. We also offer work programs for the inmates, such as culinary. They're going to be in the kitchen. All of our programs for work programs, they're going to be highly supervised. We don't want them taking any contraband, passing it to the inmates where staff is at risk. So we do a number of security checks as well as a strip search at the end of their program work and random searches while they are working as well. We also offer janitorial, so mopping, cleaning the restrooms, as well as librarian work. So they'll be in the libraries, and other inmates will request reading material. They'll go get it for them, take it back. The books also get searched. Inmates tend to hide contraband in the pages of the books or in the spine, the back of the book there.
Over here is our educational department. This is where inmates come in and do their educational studies. They finish their GEDs or whatever they're working on, whatever program they're assigned to or working on. This is where they come and they do their work. Officer Lewis, tell us a little bit about the chain of command.
Okay, so we have the warden, who's kind of the CEO of the prison. He overlooks everything. And then under him, we have our deputy wardens, who oversee custody, our prison programs, and our management. And under them, we have our lieutenants. We have about 3 per shift that work per shift. And then under them, we have the sergeants, who kind of oversee the officers. And the officers, we pretty much look after the inmates, take care of them, guard the facility, and we also man the gun towers.
What rights do the inmates have in this institution?
The rights of the inmates include the following: the right to humane facilities and conditions, the right to be free from sexual crimes, the right to be free from racial segregation, the right to express condition complaints, the right to assert their rights under the Americans with Disability Act, the right to medical care and attention as needed, the right to appropriate mental health care, and the right to a hearing if they are to be moved to a mental health facility.
Right here, we have our medical, which is where all of our staff and inmates get treated from inmates being sick, or if a fight breaks out and someone gets injured. And we have multiple staff on duty 24/7 to treat anyone who needs to be treated.
Can you tell us a little bit about the sentencing model of this facility?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a correction officer, Sanchez. I've been working here for about 10 years. So we here at the Los Angeles Supermax facility, we believe in correcting behavior and lifestyle, and also to rehabilitate these individuals that do get the opportunity to come here, because I do believe since my 10 years of working here that is an opportunity to serve your time in here just because of the programs that we do provide. And just to bounce back, to also rehabilitate the individuals, to get them back into society, and the programs that we do provide here, our percentage rates do show that the programs that we do provide here allows them to get ready for society and to just be around people and also have that work environment mind ready. Just to touch base on our sentencing model, so what here we deal with a lot of prisoners that have committed murder, done rape. So we kind of have like the lifers, you know, the 25 lifers. So pretty much the way the program here works is, day room or commissary, they're walked with at least 2-3 guards, chained up, single file. We want to supervise them because at any given moment, if we give them the opportunity to act upon us or any other inmate, it's going to be all bad. So we rely on our officers for not only our safety, but for the inmate safety as well.
What type of privileges do the inmates get?
So the privileges that we give them, because it's a Supermax facility, they're about locked up for about 23 hours a day, so about an hour of that time they get a yard where they are in cages outside, not much bigger than their cells, just another safety precaution because these inmates are high-level security. The inmates usually, if they decide to, they get 30 minutes of visitation once a week where they are behind glass to speak with their family or friends, and the calls are monitored by another officer and recorded as well. And they do also get 2 15-minute phone calls. It's not in the same day, so they can get it twice a week pretty much. And those are also monitored and supervised as well.
Is there any historical event that comes to your mind that would support the ideas that you're providing in this facility?
Right. I think off the top of my head, we go back to 1890, the industrial prisons. So pretty much those prisons where they were heightened security via high brick walls, just like our facility is here. And they also would have brick walls and guard towers, and prisoners would work with steel-made cabinets and other goods to be sold on the market. So they're kind of giving back to the community as far as making those items, and the community members like yourself and I, we can go and purchase them like at a local swap meet, and that money would actually go back to the taxpayers as well. Eastern State Penitentiary, 1822, they were also built on the outskirts of Philadelphia. Prisoners were in solitary confinement just like how our facility is. This model was also referred as an isolate system, and prisoners were also given a work of detail which considered of handcrafts.
Right here where we're standing now is our chow hall facility. This is where we escort our inmates, where they could enjoy their chow whenever their chow time is. We bring them over here. Now, can you tell us a little bit about officers promoting and education?
Of course. So for an officer position, you need a high school diploma or GED and an academy certification. For a sergeant's position, you need to be an officer, and you must be a selected few that are chosen, the best of the best. And you must have an associate's degree and complete a sergeant's academy that's roughly about 3 weeks. For a lieutenant's position, you must be a sergeant, you're chosen of a selected few, and you must have a bachelor's degree. And we also like hiring our military.
Officer Sanchez, now, why do you think your sentencing goal of this facility meets the expectations for the treatment of the offenders?
So pretty much in theory, the offenders that we tend to get is, well, in theory, people who commit crimes because of what they hear as far as the positives of what inside the facility, as far as free schooling, the free education, the free health care. Expectations are to correct these individuals on what they did wrong and how they can prevent a life situation to not have them end up back in this facility. We go through an inmate plan where we discuss about where they see themselves working at for a career, and if they do plan on getting an education, then we evaluate their everyday behavior to see if they're following through with the plans that we made for them, and for them to be successful in here so they can be successful in the community once they get released.
Now here, we don't keep our cells in extreme cold conditions because it violates the 8th Amendment. And then for the rules regarding conduct must be clearly defined and explained to inmates, and each prisoner must be provided with a written list of the rules when entering this facility. Disciplinary rules must relate to the needs of security, good order, and good housekeeping. A prisoner accused of breaking rules at the prison disciplinary proceeding are not entitled to an attorney at disciplinary hearings. Prisoners will be given notice of the charges against them, the particular rules they are charged with violating, and the penalties for such infractions. A hearing can be informal for small infractions. The ordinary procedure is for the fact finder or the officer to write a statement that explains the evidence relied on and the reason for any disciplinary action taken. The punishment must reasonably relate to the seriousness of the infraction.
It's forward.
You know what I can do to you? You know what I can do to you? This is inmate Lewis. He is just one of the inmates serving a life term here at the LASM facility. They call me Big Lou. I'm in here triple homicide. Triple homicide.
Wow. Well, do you feel remorse towards the victims and the families?
Hell no. No. I don't feel any remorse. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. That's why they got me locked up here.
Okay, so you don't feel like you want to try and get out or better yourself?
I'm in here 3 life terms. I ain't getting out. I'll stay in here. I got the keys to this yard. Everyone listens to me.
So I'm taking inmate Lewis back to his cell. He wasn't cooperating.
Hey, Big Lou.
He's being kind of aggressive in the interview. So we're going to escort him back to his cell right now.
You don't know aggressive.
Let's go.
You don't know aggressive. I can show you aggressive. Let's go. You want me to show you aggressive?
Back
you want
up,
me to show you
inmate.
aggressive?
Back up, inmate.
You want me to show you aggressive?
Keep moving.
You want me to show
Keep
you
moving.
aggressive?
Keep moving, inmate.
I'll show you. I'll show you aggressive right now.
A little aggressive inmate out here.
Come on.
Back up, inmate.
Come on.
I'll spray you.
Officer Angulo has requested backup and Control has sent out the alarm. Officers quickly make their way to Angulo's location.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop resisting!